Hey guys, this is Bea from Responsive Muse. In this chapter, I'm going to show you all about text. I'm going to show you how to add text into your Adobe Muse website, how to format this text, and how to adapt it to the different breakpoints so it will also adapt to your different devices. So first thing is, let's start adding text to our template. Going back to our co-working template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add the text. So over here you can see a T. So this is a text tool. You can click on it or click on T here on your keyboard. So it's just about click and drag, so you set the size of this text frame. So you can just click and drag and start typing. So right now it's too small, so I'm just going to zoom in. Okay, so you can do this, or also, sorry, because these text frames, by the way, they are resizable. I'm just going to leave it like that. Or you can do as we do in other programs, you just copy and paste. So I'm just going to get some Latin over here. This might look familiar, by the way. You might see it in different templates. So I'm just going to go back to Muse and same thing, click and just resize it as you want, and then just paste it. I'm going to use Command V, Control V, or you can go up here, in Edit, and just paste. So same thing. Now you can see more text, and if you want to make it smaller, see how the box and the text, it resizes it. Okay, so we've seen two. One is create a text frame and start typing. Other is copy paste inside the text frame, and there's another one which is placing a TXT file. So let's say, imagine that you have the different paragraphs divided in TXT files. So for example, I have a TXT file here. I'm going to open my Sublime. I just have some Latin, but let's say you have the text about us text over here, or the text that you will see in the contact form. So you're just going to keep it as a TXT file. And what you can do is File and Place. So this is my test text, and I'm going to open it. And if you see my mouse over here, something different is here. You can see there's something different. So same thing, just click and drag, and you see how the text already appears, and it will adapt to the text frame, to the box, the size of the box that you will set over there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, for example, let's say another trick, for example, this is right now it's lowercase, but just imagine that all this text should be uppercase. So select the text and right click, change case, uppercase or lowercase. So see all how it changes to uppercase, and it can be just a selection inside the text frame. Let's say just this. I'm just going to select this and go to uppercase. Okay. That's a little trick. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding real text that will appear in this template, and we will learn how to format it. So I'm going to delete this over here. And sorry, I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so start with text tool. And I'm going to add a title. So this is my home page, and this home page I'm going to write. I'm going to use an uppercase, so it's what services we offer. Okay, so this is my first text. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going here to my text panel. So here you can change the font, you can change the size, you can change the color, and even the justification. Add if you want it to be underlined or italics. Also, you can add some padding. You can do many different things here, okay? So first thing is I'm going to choose my type of font, which is Railway. And I have it up here. The great thing about this text is that it's divided into recently used fonts, web fonts, standard fonts. Standard fonts. And don't worry about this. We'll talk about this later. So if you don't find your font, you can use the search box here. And it's Railway, and I'm going to use Railway Heavy. Remember, the text box has to be selected so you can make the changes. So that's the first change. I changed it into Railway. And I'm also going to bring up the size, and the size will be, let's say, a size of a title has to be something big, 36. Also, see how the box also resized? Next is I want it to be centered, so it moved a little bit. And I'm also going to change the color, going back to my swatches over here. I'm going to add this color. So first, click on the text that you want to change. Here in color, I'm going to open it, and I'm going to use this selector over here, sample color, and grab this one. So right now you might not see the difference because it's a really dark blue, but it did change to this blue. Okay. So what I want about this text is I want it centered. So now when I get this line, it means it is centered. So I'm just going to bring it a little bit down. What services we offer. So right now in this chapter, the only thing I'm going to do is add the text. In future chapters, we'll add another elements, okay? And then we'll adapt it all over again. We'll make some changes. So also here what you can do is you can start playing around, add some padding if you want. This is tracking. And you can, so let me bring up this. Let's bring it to 50 so you see how you add some left margin. I'm going to bring it down. Left, top, bottom margin. You can play around a little bit, okay? So this is the first text that we're going to add. Next, I'm going to, I'm just going to close the master and go back here to About Us. So I'm going to open Contact. So here in About Us, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to bring this down. Image gallery, down, 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 down. It's going to be more content above. So same thing, there's going to be a title here in About Us, which is about co-working. So I'm going to do the same thing. About co-working. And remember, go to layers, make sure it's inside the body. So same thing. Railway, heavy, size 36, and I'm going to add this color over here. And center it. Okay, so that's the first text frame. Now I'm going to add some other text below that will be below about co-working. So I'm going to add a box. Let's say, delete it. There's going to be more text here, so I'm just going to copy this and add a text frame and paste it. So here I'm just it's also railway, but railway normal. Nice. And then I'm going to bring it up, these arrows, until 18. And also I'm going to center it. So just going to make this box a bit smaller, and I'm going to center it. And now also this is the image gallery, so I think I'm going to do the same thing here in the image gallery. I'm going to add above it a title and some text. So actually this text can be exactly the same, so what you can do is copy it. I'm going to copy this text frame. Okay, this works because I'm using Latin. It wouldn't work if you have different types of text, okay? Because then you would have to, if you're copying the text box, what it copies is copies the style, so it kind of saves times in a way. But understand that I'm doing it, so it's just faster, and you guys see how this works. And here about co-working, I'm also going to copy a title and paste it. Leave it over here. So I want to leave it centered. And up here, image gallery. See, good thing about copying is that it also copies the same style. Okay, so I'm going to our last page, which is contact. And I'm going to bring this contact form here, and I'm just going to add some text. So as I've shown you before, what I'm going to do is just place it and open and just click it. So same thing, guys. This is size 18, it's centered, and it's railway. So we're done with this part. So now I'm going to show you how to, so there's like different ways. There's a tool here in Muse, that you can actually just edit this text in a specific breakpoint, or you can choose to edit it in different breakpoints, in different breakpoints, in all your breakpoints. The tool that I'm talking about is this one over here. So if you guys see, you can see that there are 4 T's, and below it is just a single T. So when you click on, or to activate it, you just have to click. So when you see it selected, right now it's just a single T, and now 4 T's are selected. So what you have to do is, this means that whenever you edit this text over here, it will also affect the rest of the breakpoints. So let's say, for example, right now, while I was editing this title was being edited in the different breakpoints. So you see how the size is the same. Oops. So I'm just going to leave it here. I'm going to move it a little bit. So for example, you see here there's a problem. As I'm using fixed breakpoints, you can see that the text is really very near to the borders, and this shouldn't be happening. So I like how it looks in these breakpoints over here, because we are in a safe space. It is big enough, but just imagine that I want in this breakpoint to be different. So instead of having these 4 T's selected, I'm just going to select the single T. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring down the size a little bit until it gets to a safe point. So this looks a safe point. Just going to make the text frame a bit smaller. So let's leave it to 30. So see in this breakpoint, how the size is 30, and I'm going back to this one over here, the size is 36. To make it a bit more obvious, in this breakpoint over here, I'm just going to make it even bigger. Let's say 72. Remember, I have just a single T selected. So right now, breakpoint 1400, and size is 72. We're going back to 1200, see how size is 36. Breakpoint 1000, size 36, and then breakpoint 768, the size is 30, and so on. Here, remember you have to have the T selected, that's important. And here I'm also going to bring it down, 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 let's say to 24. So it fits my, so you can say, you can, now just to make it a bit obvious, let's say 18. All right? So you see how it's different. So same thing happens with the rest of the text frames. And this, for example, in this text frame over here, we have a little bit more text, not just a title. So if you leave this 4 T's activated, then it will affect all the breakpoints. But if you just want to edit it in this breakpoint, in a specific breakpoint, then you should change to a T. In a future chapter, we're going to add all the responsive content and make all the elements responsive. So we'll be using this tool. Okay? So I hope you guys like the tutorial. Thank you guys for watching.